welcome to ReCall The Midwife. We are a fan podcast where we watch an episode of Call The Midwife and talk about it. Today we're talking about Series 13, Episode 6. My name's Alex.
I'm Becky.
I'm Jen. A reminder that this week's episode deals with child abandonment, attempted suicide, extreme poverty, death and dying, and a cancer diagnosis. So if those topics are ones you'd prefer to skip this time, we understand and hope you join us for the next one.
After Matthew is summoned to a board meeting, he has to reveal the extent of his money troubles to Trixie. The pupil midwives are preparing for their exams, but Rosalind is growing increasingly anxious. Cyril becomes involved in a case where two boys have been abandoned. Cyril becomes involved in a case after two boys are found abandoned in a church. Their mother has been forced to leave them in desperation, and she's eventually found when she collapses by the docks. She's taken into the maternity home to be cared for. Meanwhile, after caring for her father up until his death, Gladys has to face up to her own terminal diagnosis.
Can I just say, that was very good. Can I just say, we are recording this late at night, which is why me and Becky might be a bit manic.
And I've just
Jen's
come up a
looks
really
like all switched on businesswoman. She's just come from work. She's like,
I know.
yeah, man.
I'm a
She's
power
like
player.
Griffith in
I'm a
Working
power
Girl.
player.
Yeah.
She looks cute in her glasses.
She does. I love her. And
Thank
me
you.
and
Got her
Becky are
hair
in our
down.
pajamas. We've been at work all day. We're now absolutely nudged. Although I have just watched the best episode of Love Island. We've both like just been a bit like, ugh.
Well, and just to tell you, as soon as we are done recording this, I will look exactly like you guys do because I will be transforming. Oh wait, girls, I know I won't look as good as you, I promise. Yeah. Girls, I know I texted you this. I watched the episode last night in prep for this recording, and this is like season 1 through 3 brutal level vibes. This episode is so hardcore. Like, I was halfway through and I thought, wow, have we just been gumdrops and roses for the past bunch of seasons? Because this is OG Call the Midwife hardship and trauma and suffering, and wow, it really smacked me in the face.
And that's
honestly.
just the kids singing.
But there was a little sweet treat in there, because did you see Cyril in his pajamas, Jen?
Yes, I did.
Can I just tell you something, Jen?
I clocked it.
I'm watching the new series of Call the Midwife in real time, so series 15.
Yeah.
And something's just happened this week that I think you are not going to be a fan of.
Has he slept with Rosalind?
Why are you not watching it? You can.
You know what I'm like.
Yeah, dude.
You're not going to watch it until you're like compelled under
What's
duress.
the word?
No,
awkward. You just no. What's the contrary? That describe in the dictionary. There's a picture of you where it says contrary. 1950s contrary.
Yes.
I've had other stuff on my plate. I've had Bridgerton. I've had a Netflix series.
I mean, it's not like a Netflix series that you're not even that bothered about. You're on a flaming podcast to do with Call the Midwife. You love it, and you don't watch it. It drives me absolutely mad.
Oh, wait, girls, the other thing I have to say really quick, I don't know when we're going to decide to talk about this, like, Bex, you have to tell us, but I have a lot of new thoughts and opinions and statements and feelings and everything that I need to say about Trixie and Matthew, because last week I said a lot of stuff, but I did not remember this episode, and now that I've just watched this episode, I really feel that I need to update my previous statements.
Well, why don't we start with that?
Okay.
So Trixie has a new outfit to pick a car up.
I mean, she looked good. She did look good. I like that tweet
suit. But that's a bit ridiculous. It's a bit like cosplay, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Well,
it's a bit childish.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing I would do.
What, get a new outfit to pick your car up?
Just to buy a new car?
No.
Did you not buy a new outfit and wear a new thing, a new look to get your car up last? No, you did not. It's not.
No, I didn't do it for a car, but I would do it like if I was going, when we went to Paris once, I was like, oh, I want to look French and chic. And I looked the absolute opposite.
How did you look the opposite of French and chic?
I think I
put the onions around the back of the neck. So Matthew has to attend a board meeting this afternoon, right?
Oh, girls,
he pretends he's got no idea about what's going on. That sent me.
Okay, so wait, that is exactly what I want to talk about, and let's just set the scene. So Trixie's waiting to meet him to pick up a car.
Well, she's not just waiting; they planned to meet. She was like,
they planned to meet. Yes. And she thinks she's getting nothing. Yeah, and she thinks she's getting the Sunrise Imp and Sunbeam Imp, right, exactly. And he's at a board meeting absolutely getting eviscerated by not only the board, but his mother, which I didn't put that together until like kind of a little bit too late, honestly. That was me being slow. But his mom, just to the jugular, like she like slit that boy's throat. So not only has he like run the business into the ground to the point that it is in dire straits, and now they have to come
250K in debt.
Yes,
Now,
exactly.
I've found out how much that is.
Ooh, how much is it?
It's 3.7 million
Oh,
in modern day.
ooh, ouch. That
Yeah.
hurts. That hurts. That stings. But so
How many Sunbeam Imps is that?
like 25. Well, no, cars back then were like so expensive but so cheap. They were like a fancy car was like, I don't know, $1,000 or something like that.
Yeah, so 250.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, so not only do they say, okay, you've screwed the business, we're taking you out, we have to do all we can now to like save the business, but you can't have any control over it, you can't have anything to do with it. But not only have you like lost all that, you've lost your paycheck.
You
You're
struck
like
off.
you're like
Yeah.
broke ass
No
plus like
salary.
no
Yeah.
money coming in. And he's like, well, and he actually like feels you can tell he feels really bad and it's almost like he kind of knew it was coming. He was like,
He
yeah,
did
I
know it
have
was coming. He would.
yeah,
He
Yeah.
can't not have known.
yeah, he was like, I made a lot of bad decisions. I did everything wrong. Like, I suck so hard. So he's talking to his mom. She's like, yeah, she's basically his mom is,
It was a
you're
weird
really,
discussion with his mum, though,
oh,
wasn't it?
she was like,
Yeah.
she's like, you were a sweet boy and you're a sweet man, but you're a real dumbass when it comes to like anything practical, like money or whatever. And he's like, oh, and she's just
Well,
like,
it was like
okay,
even more visceral. You were a lovely, kind-hearted child, and now a lovely, kind-hearted man. But I'm sorry, we've all paid such a high price. And you're like, flipping heck,
And
yeah.
he just wants
from
to
your
talk. I
mum.
mean, he's not been able to talk to anybody about this. He's just been bottling it up.
He
Well,
has been able to talk. He just hasn't done
Oh,
it.
but he just has chosen not to. But she
Yeah.
says to him, it's best left undiscussed.
that's what his mom says to
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
But also, when
It
she's
kind of
like,
shows
well,
what family he's from.
Yeah.
but when she says as well, like, we're stopping your salary immediately, like, she's not really thinking about her grandchild.
I did think that was pretty harsh. Couldn't he have something? Like a stipend or something?
Can I just say
Like,
this point really quick? While we're talking about his mum being really strong and stuff, his mum's on the board and stuff. So if his mum is, and he's got a strong matriarchal figure who's like a strong female figure who's on the
yeah.
board and stuff, why the hell does he dismiss Trixie so much as just a little wife?
Yes, I
That's
agree.
true.
I know,
So
that's why I said it.
here's the other question. Why wasn't there like more oversight earlier? That you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, why did they
it's
get
just
to the
like
point where he lost millions, technically, well, £250,000 for the company before he was
yeah.
stripped off and his mum had to put a big, his mum had to pay a load in to like save the company. Why were they allowed, why was he allowed to get to that point? When they first made a bad decision, why they be not like, hang on, guys, bring in a
Like
meeting because this is
oversight, you
under a
know?
risk.
And it doesn't sound like his mum has been bankrupted.
No,
No.
she's still rich. She's still absolutely. Well, she just bought the tiara back. I don't know, 2 months ago or whatever it was for their wedding or something. Remember that?
I
Or
do.
wait, did he buy the tiara or did she buy it?
Don't
I
know if it
think
was. We
he
thought we,
did.
yeah. Either
Oh.
way,
But anyway, so here's what I want to absolutely like go off about. Okay, so he gets home and he looks like someone just killed his puppy or something. I mean, he looks so down in the dumps. He's like Charlie
bearing in mind
Brown
also he
walk.
left Trixie waiting for ages in her
Right,
outfit.
exactly.
I cannot believe that he let her go to that showroom.
I know.
Because when she says, firstly, she doesn't know where he is. Then when he gets back, she says, like, there was a problem with the car. Like, I need you to complain. She still thinks she's getting this car.
Yeah, but he
Yep.
then lies and says there was a problem at the point of order.
Well, yeah, but that's what I mean. The problem at the point of order was he couldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, and it's insane that they got that far down the road and he didn't like even give her a hint. And this is
Yeah.
what absolutely makes me
Yeah.
crazy, okay? So she's just thinking like I'm irritated or whatever. He looks like he's about to like jump off a bridge or something. Sorry, don't like no jokes about like, harming yourself, but still. And then he's like, I lost everything. Like, I'm totally bankrupt. I'm broke. I don't have any money. I don't have any paychecks.
There's
I
no
got
property at the
fired.
Barbican. There's no
Yeah.
Barbican. Yeah.
Well, the next morning, that's when she finds out about the
Yeah.
Barbican. And I mean, to Trixie's credit, she's like, I didn't marry you for your money. Like, I love you anyway. Like, literally, didn't you remember the vows we said? Like, for richer, for poorer.
Yeah, she
Like,
was
but-
dead practical.
Oh my God, she like had the perfect response, honestly. I don't know what
Yeah,
else you could say
100%.
in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And so then the next morning, he's like such a sad sack, like sitting there having breakfast that like she got up and cooked before she went to work. Jaunty like goes off to school or play or whatever like that. And she's like, listen, she's like, your kid doesn't care if you're poor. Like your kid cares if you're like a miserable sad sack all the time. And he's like, well, da da da. And she says something about dealing with something with the house, but then she's like, well, at least we'll like won't have to do this much for much longer or whatever. And he's like, well, no, we're not moving. You know, like the Barbican is like over. Like she's like, and she's so upset. You can tell she's like really, really bummed. And then she's like, okay, but like you own this place outright. So like, can't you, so she said something about like, can't you sell this place so we can still go there or something? And he's like, oh, well, that's actually another thing I have to tell you. I don't own this place. I'm literally just leasing it. And I have the lease paid through for the next 5 years. And she's like, again, trying to take it in stride. She's like, okay, well, at least we know we're stable with housing for the next 5 years. Like, you know, that's a long time. Things can rise and fall, like blah, blah, blah.
And also she was like, people, you know, loads of people will be grateful for that. That's good. She was like trying to see the positive.
Yeah, absolutely. She's like, that's more than other people have. Because she, by the way, we haven't gotten there yet, but she's also been part of the whole like abandoned children storyline. So she's, you know, top of mind that like people are really out there suffering.
She was really, really bossing it considering this was going on at home. But carry on. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. And so then fast forward there, now it's like nighttime or something like that. They're coming in and she's wearing like regular clothes, not her nurse's outfit. And they're still talking about the money. And he says, well, no, Trixie, like something else like about it. And she's kind of like, well, what was I supposed to do? Like, oh. Sorry. He says, he's like, well, you had all your, you know, he's like, you didn't care like about money. Like, you know, you were just out there to spend all the day. Like when you would go to Harrods and you would like buy all this stuff and you would go here and you'd buy all this stuff. And he's like, and then all the money that, you know, you wanted to go to Nanada's house. And she's like, whoa. She's like, don't throw all this at my feet. You know, that's not fair. And then she's like, and by the way, she's like, you have actively concealed this from me
for ages
with intention this whole time. How the hell was I supposed to ever have any clue that you were in these kind of dire straits? Like you've made it seem hunky-dory this whole time. And honestly, this is where I have to amend what I said last week because I was really kind of like putting more on her. But if a person is trying to deceive you, especially when you generally like love and trust, how the heck are you supposed to, you know, what else are you supposed to do?
Exactly.
I know. I've gone on and on, but I just had to say that. I thought it was so unfair of him.
Well, it was so unfair of him because when you were saying about how he's blaming Trixie and he says to her, money for you paves the way for your happiness. And I thought that is, Trixie has supported herself. She's earned her own money. This isn't someone who's just like come from her father's home to her husband's home who doesn't know the worth of working for her own money.
Yes. Exactly
and she
right.
doesn't immediately despair because she says, like, we've got my wage. Like, she's not in it for the money.
But also, he was annoyed at her because she'd spoken to, like, some other people about it or something. We
She
never actually found out.
She tried to get him a job because she tried to make a connection with somebody who was hiring.
Yeah. And like, he was really annoyed and he was like, it's not for you to. And I thought, how dare you tell her it's not hers to tell, her business to tell.
Oh my God.
When you kept it from her for so bloody long. And then with the whole Nanata's house thing as well. You know, he was like, oh, it made me a better man, but not a richer or wiser man. Did it make you better because you've been a horrible bastard to her? No,
absolutely. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think it was like, I mean, I know he genuinely did give the money to Nanata's house, but it felt a little bit in that moment like it was very like stolen valor, you know? Like
he also was it to try and win her over. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I think big part, yeah.
And also, like, saying his life has evaporated to her. And she's like, well, I haven't evaporated. I'm still here. And then him being like, there's still time. I just thought, stop your petulance, you horrible man.
Yeah.
But also, from that point of view, I think we do have to... Trixie is just back where she started from. Like, she married Matthew. Like, she got the luxuries. She is just back in the position she was before they got married. For him, he has fallen.
Yeah, but he was like saying the next day, you know, I've got so much to resolve, and Trixie's like, show me, and she's like, you know, we're in this together kind of thing. So that's kind of like a good sign that they're going to be hopefully building on, you know, no spoilers here, but you know, we're hoping at this point that everything's going to be good. But then she was like, oh, tell me about the Nanata's house. Thank God, please tell me you did sign over Nanata's house to the order. And he's like, no, I didn't. And now we're all worried about Nanata's house. Thank you, Matthew.
But now I've got an issue with Sister Julianne because he goes to, thank God, he still has the option to sign Nanata's house over to Sister Julianne.
He still can? Question mark?
Yeah, because he does at the end.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
At the end of this episode?
I didn't see this at the end.
Oh, no, it's random.
He does this a lot, listeners. I was thinking, I've not written this down, and also I don't want to look stupid, but I'm pretty sure that didn't happen. But it's really, I'm really tired.
I always say yes because I have deleted scenes, but then I'm like, wait, really? Like, I
they wouldn't delete that.
I know. That's what I
thought. Everyone, it's gonna be fine.
Well, it's gonna be fine. But I will say, like, I've really liked Matthew this whole time. Like, as a character, I really have liked him, and I still do like him. But this was a huge. I lost a lot of esteem for him in this episode, and honestly, I'm gonna keep on losing esteem if I remember correctly, like how the next bunch of episodes go. I was so bummed, and you know, it's really hard because is to see him act this way in this episode where I know it's a shock. I know it's really hard. I know he's never been in this type of situation before. So I do want to give him grace for that.
Pity for me. And the fact
yes.
that the fact that he's kept this from his wife and he's acting, oh, woe is me. Well, bloody, do you know what? Woe is fecking her as well, because you kept it from her. If you'd have actually told her, you might have been able to resolve. If you'd have gone to the board before, you might have been able to resolve. So you're making, you stupid man.
And also, yes, exactly. And also, like, you're dragging your wife into this. You're dragging your child into this. Like, you're tanking their future as well. Like, I mean, Trixie's an independent woman, but, like, Jonty, I mean, he's dependent. He's a child, you know, and, like...
Yeah, but I feel like if he'd have just faced up to it a bit sooner rather than trying to conceal it and
I know, but
oh, God, I know.
I'm a great bury your head in the sand.
You are.
Well, to be honest, so many people are. It's a classic defense mechanism. If I could even tell you how many people I deal with in my day-to-day, that like literally until they get like some horrible thing is about to happen, and then they're like, oh, now I'm going to deal with this. And it's like, you had all these warning signs. Why didn't you come to us? Or why didn't you ask for help like months ago? And it's like, well, and it's just like, oh my God, it makes it so much
Stuff
worse.
hangs over me at work, and then it literally takes me 5 minutes to do it.
Yeah, I just, no offense, I just don't, well, it is offensive. I don't understand it. Just do it.
I know. Now, what
like watching bloody newest series of Call The Midwife, and then when you watch it, you love it. Honestly.
I know, but what I've done is when I watch on the iPlayer, it just runs into the next episode, and that's what I've done. I've watched the start of the next episode.
How old you sound when you say that when I watch it on the iPlayer? When you have like a slip or whatever, do you say you've had a fall, or do you say you've fallen over?
How dare you, Alex?
Well, Bex is our resident senior. The thing is,
I mean, you can't deny it.
The thing is, it's also just so frustrating to me because I could understand. This is my last thing to like just rip him to shreds. But like, he also has been around so much since he's been like with the show, and like seeing the people in poverty, seeing that like the way that people live, you know, knowing Trixie, like hearing stories about her work. It's just, again, it felt so sad to me that he had really not internalized any of that kind of experience.
But he's still just
kind of,
thinking,
like, have
where is
more,
me?
Like,
he's not feeling bad about leaving her out.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Or leaving her out of it, or just also being
men?
like, yeah, why are men? Because honestly, like, not only did he leave her out of it, but then he also just has like no sense of like, okay, well, I don't know. It's just so irresponsible. It's like, if I can't be rich, then I don't want to be anything. Which
Now, part of me thinks, is he afraid how Trixie's going to react? But actually, Trixie has reacted. I mean, she is cross with him, rightly so.
But she's cross with him for actually lying to her, whereas I think he thinks she's cross with him because he's lost the money. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yes,
but actually,
right.
Like, her reaction, she was never not going to be cross over the fact that he's hidden this.
I would be so pissed if it were me. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's totally... Sorry,
I'd be fine.
But like, she has reacted in the best way possible, because like she's totally
oh my God,
there.
Yes.
Like, she's like, we're a team. We can sort this. We can get through this.
Yeah, and he's still
so loving
in her
and
face.
Generous. Yeah, exactly.
Like, stop being a petulant child.
Ugh. And it just kept getting worse. Like, there literally wasn't any, and you know what it is? He's got no humility. None whatsoever. Like, when she says to him, you know, like, oh, I talked to so-and-so, and he thinks that you can go by his office and da-da-da-da, and he's just like, what? Like, how dare you, like, tell anyone that this situation is... Sir, you are begging for scraps, okay? Like, you've got nothing going for you right now. The fact that your wife has found you an opportunity that you could potentially, like, capitalize on, be grateful. Say thank you.
But even then, he just throws it back in her face.
Yeah, he's horrible to her. He's absolutely horrible to her.
You know what, though? I will say this. The blessing here is the Barbican, they don't have to live there, because Becky told us that they can't control the heating, and that would be awful. So,
well, you were saying about how people
blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
I
also,
think
brutalist architecture is the worst.
Yeah, I think that's nowadays you get a lot of like design tourists.
Oh,
I think
if 1960s buildings are in,
yeah,
they're coming round mine.
Yeah.
What's yours, Bex?
My house.
Yeah, what year? Like
80s.
Oh, is it? I love it. Like you, vintage.
Yeah.
Well, you're 50s really, but right. Are we doing Gladys Bell or are we doing the Red Ribbon Boys first?
Let's do Gladys, because it wasn't my favourite storyline. I mean, it wasn't a happy storyline.
It's so sad.
It was really sad, but also not sad. I don't know how to. I'll say what I mean. So we meet Gladys, and she's a really hard-faced at first woman because she's a debt collector.
You're bound to do a few impressions of it. Every time I watched it, I was just like, I was just picturing you saying it.
She will. I will do so. But so we first see her when Sister Monica Jones there praying and Nurse Crane's there because her father's dying and she loves her father. You can tell she loves her father.
So devoted.
But she's so plain speaking, isn't she? Like she's like, I'm gonna do it now. She's like, oh, he did a great job looking after us. Basically he came home and he put us to bed every night. And and it's all like she loved him, but it's also very practical love. She's very much she's someone who just gets up, gets on with it. She's clever. She's very, very quick.
Very clever. Yep.
Yeah.
And she's nursed him and he's just passed. And then he's literally not even cold. And she's like, right.
Strip the bed.
Clear the place out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like,
oh,
you need
all
to grieve.
Clothes. We don't need that. Yep.
Yeah. And Sister Monica's hearing looks like, oh, you need to grieve. And she finds this book under the bed and stuff. But then do you know what was awful? Gladys was really practical in so many ways and ace in so many ways, but also just had no time in her life for any feelings. So
Zero.
So the grandson comes down. What was his name? Do we know the name of the boy?
Wendell. I don't know what it is. No, that's not the name. I just say I don't.
Let's call him Jack or Tommy. They're all called Jack or Tommy or whatever. So anyway, the grandson she hadn't woken him up when his grandfather was dying because
she was like, "Why didn't you tell me that he was about to go?"
Sketch. You need your rest for West Ham sketch. His granddad was dying. Let him say goodbye. Like you're okay to have some. What's the word? Sentiment in your life. She's just so practical. Just to the detriment of others.
Well,
but she does literally say to him, "We got no time for tears."
Yeah, she says that. Yeah, you're right. But the thing is, I will say, so like right after she says that, Sister Monica Joan is like looking at the books under the bed, and she says, "Oh yeah," she's like, "That was mine. Like I really loved it. Like I was gonna be like an A star or something English like girl that went to college, not English girl, like English literature major that went to college. And my dad was so proud of me, and I thought it was gonna be this amazing thing in my life. And then he got sick, and I was like, well, screw college. Like I'm staying home, and I'm gonna take care of you, and I'm gonna become a debt collector." And he was like, no, still go. And she was like, nope, this is what I'm doing. Like, here you go. And so basically at like 18 or something, what I took from it is that she just said, all right, end of story. Like my life is going to be this now and you can't stop me and
also,
I'm going to solve problems.
How realistic is an 18-year-old woman being threatening as a debt collector? Like it was just like,
well, she was so scary. Like when she went back to work,
she was a hard-faced woman in her 50s. But at 18, like, give me your money. Like, no. Like, Joey,
when she said debt collector, I was like thinking like billing and receiving. Like I was thinking someone who just sends invoices.
Oh, bless you.
But
you thought like accounts.
I really did. And then when she goes out and she gets that guy literally by like the scruff of his collar, and he's like, I will have the money next week. She's like, you better, or else you're gonna regret it, laddie.
Free pound or I'll pound your eyes out. But like, so she threatens him really hard, and then she goes around this corner. Which do you remember that little tunnel? That tunnel was when
the tunnel is in everything.
Yeah, but sex worker with the leopard print coat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, she threatens this guy and says he's got to pay this £3, and he's like, "Oh my God, I'll never do anything wrong again. Please let me be."
And then she's like, "We'll see about that."
And then literally, she suddenly goes, "Oh, go bad to me." And then you're like, "Oh, like how was you switched from like Jekyll to Hyde like in 2 seconds flat?"
Yes, she was so vulnerable in that moment. And so, but the reason why I mentioned the thing about her, taking that job when her dad got sick is that then I feel like now she doesn't know she's sick at this when she says this line, but then she's got such high hopes for her son to be this kind of like big football and everything that then I thought, oh, okay, so now here we see like the pattern repeating where, she lost her dream because she had to care for a parent, and then she doesn't want her children to lose their dreams by having to care for her. So that kind of sets up the ultimate,
Her dad lost his job, didn't he? So it wasn't to care for him. It was just that he lost his job.
You're right. He lost his job. You're right. Sorry.
Now,
yes.
So Dr. Turner's like, you can collect your death certificate whenever you feel like it. Like it was weirdly slow. And I was like, all right, mate. And like she's obviously dead hard faced Eastender. Like you've lived here for years and that you can't tell that she's like absolutely terrified.
I know. Well,
so
just the way
she goes to see him in hospital, right?
No, at the doctor's
surgery. Sorry. Now, she goes to see him, and Dr. Turner did his absolute brilliant diagnoses yet again.
Oh, wait. Before that, though, sorry. Yeah, but she holds her tummy. Oh, wait, sorry, you're going to say it.
Sorry. Yeah, she goes, like it really hurts, and she's literally holding her belly. And he's like, yes, it's hard sometimes. Do you really think
she's holding grief? Like a pang of grief has just washed over her.
And gone straight to her stomach.
he's like, grief can hit us in so many ways. And she's like, yeah, I don't really think that's it. And then this was the most insane line. He goes, is there something else?
Thing is, though, the fact that they could see it there and then,
It was so crazy.
This is not 2026. If that happened now and you had 3 doctors in front of you, you'd have like, make an appointment and you can go through Zoom and do that.
No, you had to speak to the receptionist first, and she would have had to have done a preliminary diagnosis.
Yeah, she'd probably have to feel your stomach first.
Oh my God. Like literally he gets her in and examines her right then and there. And she's like, well, he says something to her about like gynecological. And she's like, well, you know, my menopause was a couple years ago, like whatever, who cares? And he's like, well, you really got to go in because something's happening. He's like, I don't think it's gynecological, but it could be. There. And she's like, well, I don't really have to go. And he was like, no, you've got to go, girl. Like you've got to get there yesterday. And then they find out it's like an abscess in her tummy. Like there was something that, you know, and so the doctor is at the hospital is like
aspiration.
Yeah, he says it's not gynecological. He's like, we need to get you upstairs because we need to do an aspiration, biopsy-ish kind of a thing.
It's a procedure to remove excess fluid that is collected. Blech.
Oh, it was gross. Yeah, but then she's like, oh wait, really? Like, oh, this is sounding like more.
Even then, though, she looked a bit worried for about a second, and then her face went back to stony terrifyingness.
Well, I mean, she does not know how to feel feelings. Like this poor lady has just plowed through every difficult challenge in her life with just the utmost like resolve and practicality.
I mean, she's double out, let's be honest. But she's got 5 kids and they all seem dead loved and stuff. Like, so she's lovely. It's like one of them EastEnders, you know, she's horrible but heart of gold. Do you know what I mean? Like
But I
couldn't believe she had so many kids sitting around the table. I was shocked at that. Like, we never see the other children. Only Jack or Tommy is like the one.
Out. No, but her eldest is having her 5th. She says that, doesn't she?
Oh, wait, her eldest is having her 5th child?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, sorry, girls. I believe you. I've heard something about my eldest, but I didn't connect that it was the 5th baby. Gee whiz, that's wild.
But later on, she's essentially got a cancer which can only be caused by asbestos.
Yeah.
Oh, sad.
And it can't be treated, and she's in complete denial.
But there's a bit where, and then as it kind of worsens and she's like struggling, she says, I used to walk down these streets and people used to cower. And I thought that is nothing to be proud of.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that was what she was proud of, because that's what she
was.
Because she's so not into feelings, she's so into powering on, she's so into being strong and powerful because she's had to be.
Yeah,
that's what she values, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's come home from the hospital and she's told her family that actually there's nothing wrong. The tests were clear. She's absolutely fine.
They cured it. She says they cured it. I was like, oh.
Dr. Turner comes round, literally exchanges a football with the grandson. And then he says to him, Dr. Turner, you could have played for the league. Dr. Turner was literally like, yes, I could have once upon a time.
If only I'd gotten my chance. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I chose a heroic life in medicine instead of being like a famous footballer.
Oh, God.
Wait, but then he's like, well, you seem like you're doing okay. Like, you know, how's your mom or whatever? And he's like, oh, you know, honestly, I'm great. Like, she's great too. Like, she got back from the hospital and they said she's all cured. Like, no problem. Like, easy peasy, like lemon squeezy.
Dr. Turner's worried face.
And Dr. Turner's like, oh, like, you know, like cameras zoom in on his like eyes just bulging out. And so then he's like, oh my God. So then he goes into, is it Gladys?
Yeah.
And
well done, Jen.
I know. Oh, every once in a while I hit one on the head. And he's like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking about? Like, you telling your family that you're all cured? She's like, listen. She's like, oh, I'm not gonna. I'll do an accent now. She's like, I'm not gonna waste 1 minute of my life, you know, feeling sick and sorry for myself. I'm gonna, you know.
Where's the live? Sorry.
We never know.
They've got things to do, and I want them to be happy.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, well, they're not going to be happy when you just drop down dead, are they, mate? Like, get them prepared.
Yeah, but when they find out that it's asbestos that caused the cancer, that's when we find out, because Dr. Turner goes to this like specialist with her, and
he persuades her to go to this study.
He does. And she says, well, she's like, well, you know, and they're like, how could you have gotten this really rare form of cancer? And they're like, there's no asbestos around you. And it's like, well, you know, where did your family live and work like when you were a child? And then she says it, and they like immediately, like, with missing a beat, looked out at this map, and it's like, oh, that's exactly why. Yes, like Literally, Dr. Turner says your dad was drilling into asbestos every day for a decade while he was working. And she's like, yeah, he would race home. You know, like she'd said earlier, like, give us hugs and kisses and like put us to bed and tuck us in. And she's like, he wouldn't even take the time to change his overalls. So like basically she's just breathing in asbestos dust like every night of her childhood.
Yeah.
That her dad's working. And so then the doctor
ironically, one of her most fond memories.
Is the reason that she's in this pickle. Yeah, I know. Which is actually so tragic.
Yeah, but really, it's really tragic.
It really is. I know. And I made it sound like I'm making light of it. I genuinely do not. I'm not.
It's not real as well. Let's not.
It is fictional, yeah. But I do feel bad for her. But then the doctor goes, okay, she's like, well, actually, because you're a woman, because you have this type of cancer, because, you know, this is like really, really rare, we do have a very specialized treatment protocol. It's experimental, but, you know, maybe you can try it. And she goes, she says,
ain't worth it. Ain't worth it.
Well, she says what? Like, just try it to just be like, you know, feeling sick and horrible. Like, so I can only have like a couple extra months of life or something. Like, what is that supposed to do for me? And Dr. Turner's like, well, maybe you should consider it. And she's like, no. And so she gets up and leaves. And then her son, does he get into trouble with the police?
No, he's fighting at football practice for his trials at West Ham.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like, well, I'm not even going to play soccer anyway. Like, what's the point of anything at this point? Like, my mom or whatever.
No, he didn't say soccer. Care. Not in one bit in this episode did anyone say soccer.
But I will say, I do have some...
He said soccer. He said, oh, I'm not going to play me bloody soccer anymore.
I will say,
she has me that soccer ball, Dr. Turner.
She has just nursed her dad though, so like I do understand where she's like, it's not just the hardness in it, like she's just been through it and she doesn't want that for her children.
Yes. And honestly, that she is really, I think she genuinely is trying to spare herself and she's trying to spare them because she absolutely knows what a hard thing it is that she's about to go through. And I think she wants to keep them from having to do all of that for her.
Yeah. And basically, she gets implored that basically he just wants to spend more time with you. And Mojo, bloody hell, I think Mojo is supposed to be like amazing in this, but she's just bloody speaking in riddles. Like, it was, you know, when they're like, start with an E, but I'm not in team. Like, you know, like... I taste like apple, but I'm not red. Like, he's just like, what?
What's black and white and red all over?
Something I win.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what though? I will say she is full of riddles and it is kind of wacky as she always is.
Yeah.
But I will say here's girls, quick diversion, okay? So the book that Mojo pulls from under Gladys's father's bed that's in the box that she says is hers is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I don't know why, but this book has been a part of my life, you know, in various different ways for a long, long time. But I hadn't seen or heard anything about this book in probably almost 2 decades. Then within the last 6 months, there's been so much Frankenstein in my life.
It's been that thing on Netflix.
There's a movie about it. I have a family book club. We read the book. Just on and on and on. It's like, it just feels like it's like appearing in like all of these different places. So when she said like, oh, Frankenstein, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, it just keeps popping up. It's like very odd.
What does that mean for you, Jen?
I don't know. I have to, maybe it's about rebirth and discovering a new side of myself or something. I don't know.
Not that you've thought about it, but I think this is exactly what it's about.
I know. I'll meditate. I'll meditate now. Also, by the way, if you guys ever do you know the story of Mary Shelley? Because she has a crazy life story. Okay, very fast. Mary Shelley married to Percy Bysshe Shelley. He was married before her to somebody else. She was a teenager when they met. He cheated on his wife with her, got her pregnant. His first wife went crazy and killed herself. Then she had a baby with him. Then they had another baby. He never like really could support their family or whatever. Then he died really young. And then she had to take care of themselves. Her mother, Mary Shelley's mother, was a famous feminist. And then Mary Shelley basically worked on women's rights the whole rest of her adult life while she was raising her kids and like growing into an old woman.
I mean, that's...
So what? You're more knowledgeable about that than you are Call Midwife.
Roast!
Says you. Okay. Who won't watch the new series.
Yeah, exactly. But anyways, okay, so here's when Sister Mojo comes in. She says, I am powerful because I am fearless. And honestly, that is a boss line. Like, that is such a good sentiment. I really thought to myself, you know what? The quicker you let go of fear, the more powerful you become. And I was like, wow, like I need to put that in a journal or like on a t-shirt or something like that. Because that is really,
amazing.
really
Do you know
good.
who we should get to do that? That girl who did the stitching with us with
yes!
me on the... Yeah. I'll tell you. That girl.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would buy something with that braided onto it. But
Well, that basically
anyway,
persuades her to
that
do
kicks
it,
it
and she
off.
goes with her
Yes,
son
exactly.
there. So that's obviously building their relationship. I think he's called Jason. Anyway, so that's that. She does accept it, and then they've got a bit more time together, and hopefully she'll see him for his first match, his first soccer match for West Ham. Yeah,
Yep.
playing
Playing
soccer ball.
playing the old soccer games. Yeah.
Anything else on Gladys?
I don't think so.
I just hope that there was a Jason Bell who played for West Ham.
Have we established?
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just looking now because we're that professional. No, but I'll tell you who Jason Bell was. I think I might have got his name wrong because that's the one who was married to Nadine, who's American football. Nadine Coyle from Goes Aloud.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a baby. He lives in America. Anyway, I was by the by. Sorry.
And he plays soccer.
Don't play soccer. He plays American football. Because we call it soccer, don't we? Anyway, so Sister Veronica is leading the choir.
Yes. And they're singing in the round.
Yeah. Can you do that, Bex? Do you want to do a chorus for us now?
No, it's the great tragedy of my life that I can't sing.
It's really? For our life as well that you can't sing.
I love it. I just can't. I'm not a natural.
Oh man, I felt for Sheila when she walked in and she was like, "Okay, we're gonna do the singing." And Sister Veronica was like, "Here you go. Let's do this really, really, really super hard song." And Sheila was like, I think this is gonna be a bit of a challenge." She's like, "I know. That's exactly why I picked it." And Sheila was just like, "I do not have the patience for this. I do 45,000 things every day." She's like, "I do not want to do this." And
it was a banger.
Ended up doing it.
She did because she can't say no. That's why I should have good boundaries.
It was a banger.
Yeah, banger.
Do you know what I was impressed with?
What?
The signage.
Well, at the end when they were singing the song, and
I would say you should be extra impressed because you know what it's like to make them, but you don't. So
they were literally. Did you see the lettering? They were literally stenciling it.
It was like
the same thing. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna.
Sorry, guys. Hang on. Should we do it? No, I'm not editing out. And also, Jen, you probably should have put a trigger warning in.
I should have. Yeah, exactly. Well, now you know, kids. Bex sings, so I hope your ears have survived.
You know what, Bex? That wasn't as bad as normal. Maybe it sounds better in recorded.
When people are singing,
like
and they say, when people are singing, they say, "Oh, that was pitchy." I've got no idea what that means. When they say they were off key, I've got no idea what that means.
I made a joke one time about being tone deaf, and the person that someone that I was with when I said that was like, actually, like, really, it's very uncommon to be truly tone deaf. He's like, that isn't really like a thing. Like, that's like, it's kind of rare. And I was like, oh, and he was like, yeah. He's like, you don't really have an excuse.
Singing lessons. She wants singing lessons.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm like, you can have singing lessons when you go to choir because choir at school is free. And you said you didn't want to do it. And she was like, well, I don't. I just want to do singing lessons. I'm like, I'll tell you what, I'll do singing lessons once you join choir. So we're just going to have this big round. But if you do choir, it'll prove to me you want to do singing and then you can do it. But she already does guitar. She already does drums. She already does brownies. She already does dance. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
she's our like third consecutive year of the Rose Queen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And let's not forget everything else that happens. But I'm just like, I'm not paying. It's like £75 a month or something for singing lessons. I'm like, I'm not doing that
I applaud you, Alex. That is such sensible parenting.
Thank you. I am a sensible parent.
But also, are you surprised that she's got like 45 activities and she's only 8 years old?
No, because
you are also a very, very busy. Yeah. Yes, I would. Oh my God. I mean,
she's got a great little voice on her, and I want to encourage her because she is a great singer. She is. She takes after her mum.
I thought you were gonna say you just don't want her to do it because you don't want her to be like overcommitted to like yet another thing. She's got like 45,000 activities.
No, that is why I don't want her to do it because she's so overcommitted to stuff. But and I told she just Crown Green Bowling Club.
What?
Yeah, I think I have heard this.
At school, they've got a free club, which is Crown Green Bowling Club on a Monday, right? And it's a really cute club where they go.
Didn't her and her mate, someone got picked up by accident, and then someone didn't get picked up.
Yeah. So anyway,
but that was bowling. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so she just Crown Green Bowling Club at school, and it's like they didn't really do anything
for
the first 2 weeks.
Me being born in the 1950s, and she's there Crown Green Bowling.
Well, she didn't want to do it originally, but I'm like, you are doing it because it's free. But she did this Crown Green Bowling Club night. But the cuteness of it is they have done it like in the hall because they can't go out, so it was raining. So they've done like this weird thing where they were throwing sacks into like just to show you how it works, kind of thing. But in the summer term, so they do it for this few weeks now, and then all the kids who've done it get to go Crown Green Bowling in the summer term. because we got one in the village, like a not a pitch, I don't know what you call it, like a crown green.
So give me some more context on bowling, because I don't think I'm really connecting with exactly the thing I'm supposed to
Oh,
be
I
thinking
forgot
of.
you're not a genteel English person. So
Yep, I
crown green
know.
bowling
I'm a
is,
scummy American.
yeah, well, crown green bowling. I didn't want to say it, but soccer.
I know who I am. Yep.
Crown green bowling is this really like quaint old. It's lovely, like it's just lovely. Villagers have these green, like actual
Like
grass green.
perfect greens.
Yeah, and it's like French balls if you've ever played that.
French what?
Balls.
Boules? Oh,
Yeah.
I think I might know what that is. I
Yeah,
think I
exactly.
might
That's
know
why
what it
that's
is.
why I said it. That's why that's why I referenced it. And they have like this jack that they throw, which is like the little ball, and then you all try and get nearest the ball. It's a bit like curling, but we've been watching that but that's on ice. So
Okay.
basically it's like that. But there's a crown green bowling place in our village. There's like a village green where they have competitions and all this stuff. And they could walk there from school, and it's this big thing. And yeah, it's quite exciting.
So the time she puts in now will really pay off in the summer.
Yeah.
That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, she just gets to go there, and that's quite exciting. I can go watch it.
Sounds amazing. Sounds
Anyway, I'm not
wonderful.
letting her have the singing lessons. Why don't we even go on to that? Oh, yeah, singing, right? So
Yeah.
the kids, sorry, everyone, that was a really long thing about a really boring after-school club for Bobs. So the kids there, and they go to the St. Oswald's Church. So Sister Veronica, and we never hear about St. Oswald's Church, really, but now it seems to be forced
Oh
upon
my
us.
God. Wait a minute. Sorry, girls. We finally meet the vicar.
Yes.
That's,
And
you know
he's
what?
Someone else was gonna say
astonished
it. I just felt so.
children.
Yeah, because we were talking about this, and you were like, the vicar means Cyril, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, just didn't question it, but it wasn't.
Well,
It
no,
was
I
this
didn't think
guy.
Cyril was. I didn't think Cyril was the vicar, like in
I think
general. I
if
thought
I'm
he was the one.
verbatim, I've just edited it today. You did say he was the vicar.
I thought he was the vicar of his church, the church that he has out
Oh,
of
yeah,
his
no, he is the
apartment.
pastor of his church.
Yeah.
He's a pastor of his church. I didn't think I was saying that he was the vicar of
Right.
like Tom was the vicar.
Right. No,
Okay.
you weren't saying he was like St. Oswald's one. So
Okay.
anyway, so they go. So Sister Veronica with Sheila and the kids, her 3 kids, turn up at St. Oswald's Church, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
vicar is there. Like, can I just say, what a feckless man? He ran off without either kid. Like, you know, there's a baby,
No idea.
tiny little toddler, and just like runs off like, oh, can you help me? In my
Yeah.
shirt. What?
Yeah. He's just left them sat on the altar, tied together with a piece of red ribbon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
get
he kept that on them.
nicknamed the Red Ribbon Boys, which sounds like they're in a gang.
It did. I thought it sounded quite cool, to be fair.
It sounded cute, but then you're like, oh, this is so sad. This is the
We're the
saddest
Red
thing
Ribbon
you've ever
Boys.
heard.
Don't mess with us. So, so they were abandoned, and it was Tommy and Baby. Like we learned later, the baby was called Connor, but all they kept saying was the baby and Tommy. It's like, all right, the baby's got an identity as well.
Oh, and they were
Sister Veronica was just like, we need to get the police. Like no one had thought about it until then. It's like,
I know.
You know what got me is that Sheila said the other children are going to be arriving any minute, and Veronica says, no, we've got to move choir practice, we've got to get the police here. They're not going to do a bloody forensic examination of the scene. They would have been better to have moved the 2 small children.
that's
Yes.
exactly what I thought.
Yes. Put them in
And-
any of the other 8,000 rooms in that building.
It's all right though, because they squeezed 35 children into a tiny little room in the Narters house instead to put everyone out of
And then I wouldn't care.
Crazy.
But Veronica has now got Cyril involved, and they've quickly left the church.
Yep. Yep.
And it's Cyril's first day, everyone.
His
Aw.
first day of being like a social worker.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
Do
an
you remember
absolute baptism
Jenn?
of fire.
Oh
All
my
his-
God.
All his ring binders.
Oh, all of his sheets, all of his applications, all of his
I mean, I will
paperwork and
say
everything.
he took to it like a duck to water. He was saying
He
they need
did.
an emergency foster family. And like, do you know what? The police were there as well. The police were like, child abandonment is a crime and we will be pursuing it as such. Cyril with Tommy was so cute though. What would you think of that scene, Jen?
Oh, I love you guys.
Did your
Cyril,
ovaries explode?
did my what?
Ovaries explode.
No, they're long gone at this point. He's like, he's blew them out before. No,
If anything put them back in place, it was the awful singing of the children.
Oh my gosh, yeah, exactly. No, so I actually I loved it. He was amazing. It was so sweet when he talked about fixing cars to the little boy. I think it was Sheila or Veronica that gave them little biscuits, and it was so funny to me that the baby was crying, and then he like ate the biscuit and he like quieted down. But yeah, Cyril was so sweet to them when he took them to the foster care lady, and she was like, "Oh, we've got some bits and bobs," and was gonna help them out and everything.
Best accent yet.
Oh, I know. But yeah, but I will say, like, I also really felt for him because this was like such a tough case. And actually, honestly, one of the scenes where I really, really felt for him was when he comes in and the family's Irish, or the kids are Irish. And he says, oh, I'm going to call all the Irish families that are in Poplar to see if anyone knows anything about anything, to see if, I can help, like, locate the parents.
Yeah.
And his supervisor is like, okay, well, listen, you work on your own time, do whichever you think, but, like, just remember, like, you can call every Irish family, like, even in Ireland, but just remember, like, you've got a whole caseload that you've got to manage. And I just, my heart went out to him because I thought, well, that's kind of the rub right there. Because when you've got someone who's a high need and you want to do, like, a lot of really intensive work with them, like, it's just really hard to. Anyway, there was just a lot that I related to, and Cyril absolutely, he stole my heart again, girls.
He's got the work ethic of someone with a great work ethic. And I couldn't think of an example.
Well, he's just so caring, and he's so
Mrs.
gentle.
Sims as well, the foster carer, she was so good, and she was like, I've got bits and bobs, I can put them in, no problem. We can roll them up. She was dead kind, but she was like, they may split them up if no one comes forward because of their ages. And I was just like, oh, bless them.
Oh, I mean, honestly, this was, in terms of, like, the kids, quote, going into the system, this was as kind and as loving and supportive a, quote, system as you could find. Because, I mean, like, to get a worker like Cyril, to get a foster parent like that lady, to get a nurse like Rosalind and everything. I mean, just like even the people who found them were so kind. Like Sheila and Veronica and the pastor. I mean, like, I really had a moment thinking about just like walking away from your child and just hoping that it goes okay, but really not knowing.
Yeah.
And it just gave me so much. I mean, I don't even have children, but, like, I just thought about, like, I don't know. I put myself in that woman's shoes.
There's like a TV appeal. There's posters everywhere trying to find her. And then cut to the pregnant mum walking around with a rash on her lip, right? And she goes to jump in the river. And when I say she's pregnant, I don't just mean, like, she's got a little bump. She is pregnant.
Like, full on basketball belly. Yeah.
So she goes to jump in the river, but luckily collapses backwards. And obviously, she's exhausted, she's heartbroken, she's ill, she's, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So luckily, Rosalind and Trixie are cycling. And they get shouted over. Now, this is another thing where I was just like, oh my God, Trixie, considering everything she's got on at home, is just absolutely professional. Yep. After the whole situation with the smoky, not uterus.
But I think this puts it in perspective for Trixie. Like, really, they're both in dire straits. But actually, when you look at Trixie, she's not in dire straits.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Trixie recognizes that. Trixie recognizes. She's like, look, I have a lot to be grateful for, and I really am not suffering at all. Like, I
even
am
then,
doing
though,
okay.
It must be sad and upsetting being, like, falling out with your husband like that and stuff, and, like, being able to keep together so well. So it's Mrs. Deirdre Torpy, and she doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything about the boys, and they're like, you're 6 days overdue or whatever. You've got scabies. You've got all this stuff. Like, they need to get a psychiatrist, all this. And then Rosalind finds red ribbon on her. And then once she says, oh my God, red ribbon or whatever, then she asks if the boys are all right. Now, I will say Dr. Turner was pretty badass here, but also don't know if it's the right thing to do. So he was like, we need to get a care plan. We're not to call the police yet. And it's a bit like, well, yeah, you should probably still call the police. Like, just tell them not to come in yet. But you should probably let them know so they don't keep looking everywhere.
Because in all of the dramas that I've watched on TV, the doctor can just say, no, she's not fit to be interviewed yet.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. You think so?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I have kind of the American framing. I'm not sure.
You've got ICE and they just do what they want.
Oh,
that's not even.
It's so sad. But I'll just say I don't know. I mean, from my point of view, I don't know that it would have been as simple as just that. So I guess I wasn't like,
I think it's still as simple as that. They still have to have, if they're not medically fit to be interviewed, they can't be interviewed.
They don't get interviewed.
Yeah. I agree. And sound off, listeners, if you guys know better. It's funny to me because, like, I watch a lot of British TV shows, as you both know, like, no doubt.
I'm going to say this. I don't think anyone will know better than me, but carry on.
Yeah, actually, yeah, you guys do know. And the thing and the thing that I do, I mean, now granted, American, like, TV shows are TV shows, okay, so there's always, like, artistic license, but the way that American cop shows are so kind of shoot from the hip, and the British shows are, like, pursuant to code 715 thing of, like, the Queen's, like, Royal Order of, like, Magistrates for Civil Litigation or whatever, we are holding you under, like, da-da-da-da, whatever. But I know we have laws over here too, but I'm just saying, you guys, there's just a lot, to be honest with you, fair criticism, too. I'm not even going to try to defend it, but I'll just say like I feel like there's a different type of just process and that you guys have maybe that so I wasn't in my mind I wasn't like
yeah, well we watch Blue Bloods and stuff, we're like what the hell. So anyway,
they do what they want.
Yeah, they do, but they do have Tom Selleck, so anyway.
Listen, there's nothing an American loves more than going rogue. I will tell you that. Like,
I mean, it's happening at the moment, guys.
Listen, yes, the American psyche is a very go rogue psyche, for good and for ill. You know what I mean? It's a complicated dynamic.
Let's not even touch on that.
No,
so anyway,
let's leave it alone.
She's been abused by her husband. There's like Rosalind does a check on her, and she's been hit with belt buckles. It's just absolutely horrendous.
It's horrible.
Rosalind was absolutely bloody fantastic. Now, considering Rosalind was also had a lot of pressure on her because she was doing her exams at the time as well.
Well, we have to talk about all that in more detail.
Yeah,
after.
we will. But she was saying about she hasn't got confidence and stuff. Well, she was doing absolutely amazing, and she was so well. She was like, no one's going to make you feel ashamed here. She gets Cyril to speak to her. Like, she was absolutely outstanding.
Yeah.
And so we basically find out that Mrs. Torpy was so desperate that a landlord gave her notice, and she had nothing, no one to turn to, no way of making money. She was about to give birth any day. So
she didn't know she was pregnant when she left the dad in Ireland. And so when she got here and she realized she was like, oh crap. Yeah.
Oh, but when she was saying to Cyril, I thought my heart would stop. I love them so much. Oh God.
Oh.
And Cyril's like, I didn't doubt that. Cyril was amazing, handled it so well. I don't doubt that for a second. Yeah. And then she was like, can I keep the kids and this one? And he was like, no. Like let's be real here.
Well, I mean,
he didn't try and lie to her. Again, he was really good.
Yeah, wait, are you talking about after she gives birth or are you talking about earlier?
Just before.
Well, before.
Oh yeah, because there's a scene where he goes out to the waiting room with Rosalind, and he's sitting on the bench, and they have this really cutie scene where they go and take the kids, like they reunite the mom and the kids at a park before the mom goes into labor and all this kind of stuff like that. But Cyril sits in one of the chairs, and Rosalind comes out and she's like, "Oh, this is such a hard case. What do you think's going to happen? Like, what do you think your recommendation is going to be?" Because basically Cyril has to write a report that will then have a huge bearing on what's going to happen to this family going forward.
And he's struggling with it.
He's really struggling, and I will tell you, like the moral quandary is very, very big. But the thing that's tough is that Rosalind's like, well, why can't you just give them, reunite them all? Like, she's very
idealistic.
She's just being very, very kind of like pie in the sky in a beautiful way. And he's like, okay, but listen, like she's homeless. She doesn't have any money. She doesn't have a job. She's ill. Like she's pregnant, but she's also like not healthy. She's malnourished. She has really bad mental health. And like now we're going to give her, he's like, I just don't think she's going to be able to cope with everything if we try to return the kids to her. Like that's just not going to work. And Rosalind's
also, do you know what else annoyed me a bit?
Yeah.
The way that she was in labor and she was trying to like say she wasn't so she could just spend more time with the kids. And you're like, that's awful. For her, I feel so bad for her, but at the same time, screaming out in pain is going to scare them a bit as well. Like,
I know.
So then she goes into labour and she has a baby girl.
Well, she goes into labour in the park and she's literally like screaming out with contractions. And then Rosalind looks over and is like, "What's the matter?"
Well, you can tell Rosalind has a quick moment when she's eating the lemon curd sandwiches and she's talking to Cyril that like she's like,
and he's like, lemon curd's disgusting. I'm like, all right, so.
But the thing is, you can tell she has this like really small moment where she's like, oh crap, like I really don't want to like, get up and do my job. She's like, I just want to chill and eat my sandwiches and talk to this cute guy for like another like 5-10 minutes, please. But she does. She runs over to her and she takes care of her, and then she helps her give birth.
Yeah. Now, who does Cyril speak to help him kind of get some clarity?
Sheila.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Because Cyril goes
don't have to be
church.
Perfect. They just have to work. Well, that kind of is a solution that works, Sheila. So, what?
Well, let me just add. Sheila kind of also says, like, you don't have to solve every problem right now.
Yeah.
Just solve enough of it that then they can be on the road to, like...
Yeah. Which basically translates to him deciding that the baby will stay with her in supervised accommodation and then see how you get on with the boys, Tommy and Connor, which is when they finally name the bloody baby.
I actually think, mental health is very complicated, but I think once she knows that she is on that path to being reunited with the boys, I think her mental health will improve. Like, it's partly just been a very desperate situation.
And also, like, Rosalind, again, before, like, a massive night of her exam, like this is literally the night before exam, she stayed up late they were talking about coming to terms with not having the boys yet and all this, but she wanted to write a letter to them. So Rosalind, like the night before her exam, sacrificing her own sleep, writes this. Nothing could be just show how committed she is to be. If only they could have filmed that. Well, they did, but do you know what I mean, like for the actual exam.
Rosalind is very kind of like young Sheila energy. You know what I mean? Like she's always, or even maybe like young Barbara energy. Like she's really, Joyce is amazing. Love Joyce, but Rosalind is really going the distance in this one.
Do you know what? I saw a still of them. Maybe you posted it on social media, Alex.
I probably did, Bex.
You did, yeah. It was Trixie and
Maybe
Nancy.
Maybe you should follow us.
Yeah, and honestly, Rosalind is so pretty.
Rosalind.
Rosalind, yeah. And I just think
Rosalind being pretty, which is me.
No.
Dale. I'm very Dale.
And I think she wears a wig because she hasn't got a fringe in real life.
Well, Joyce definitely wears a wig.
I think she grows it out in between.
No, that takes too long.
I know about it because of COVID.
A fringe takes too long to grow?
Yeah.
To grow out.
Oh, grow out. Oh, yes, grow out. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are wigged on TV, so I'm sure it's not a problem.
So anyway, they kind of leave it that she's with the girl, and then we all think she's going to get Tommy and Connor back and get her life back on track. That's basically how they leave it.
Yeah, once she kind of figures out what's going to happen, like how, Mm-hmm.
So
I think, thank God, because that was a really, really sad storyline.
Yeah, it was. So we've got a few more storylines to cover, so let's just go really quick. So on this storyline, we've got about them studying, because it was quite a lot of studying, because obviously Cyril was studying as well, and Nigel was there. But Joyce and Rosalind, aka Jocelyn, are
our dynamic duo,
along with the other two silent pupil midwives that we don't see.
So the other two girls don't live at Nonnatus house? I thought they were introduced as living there at the beginning.
No.
Oh, okay.
They're just being trained there.
Oh, okay. I missed
Rosalind was worried about the oral part of the exam. Now, what does she do, ladies? Who did she speak to, and what was the the solution?
She speaks to Phyllis.
And what does Nurse Crane do?
The Canadian Air Force routine.
Which we haven't bloody started, guys. We're there being like, oh, join with us, we're gonna do it. We've done that all.
I haven't even done as much as Rosalind did this past episode, where she like.
Hey, well, do you know what though? January has been the longest month in the world, and now it's February. And it still feels like January. And it's just really cold and horrible, and I keep having migraines. So
February's worse.
Stop being mean to us, yeah.
February's not stop raining.
I know. And guys, by the way, like when
the best holidays coming up, guys.
What's that? President's Day?
Half term.
Yeah, we go hard on President's Day here, Jen.
Pancake Day.
Pancake Day.
No, none of us said Valentine's Day.
No, we're not doing Valentine's Day this year because on the day, normally we do like a little meal or whatever. That's all we do. We don't do like go big or anything. But I'm out. I'm doing a Galentine's. I'm out watching Deftones that night.
Oh, Galentine's.
Yeah. So I'm out with one of the mums from school, my friend. So we're going to go and watch Deftones on the Saturday night. So we're doing Valentine's Day on the Shrove Tuesday, we've decided.
Well, I might see. Oh my God, it's Shrove Tuesday next week.
Yeah.
No, it can't be. It's the week after.
Week after.
Yeah.
17th.
I wondered, I might see if my niece wants to go and watch Heathcliff, which is Emerald.
Yeah.
Emerald Fennell. I know.
Who is
Patsy.
Patsy. Yes.
Patsy Man.
I actually asked my cousin if she wants to go see Wuthering Heights, and she said yes. So I'm very excited to see.
Let me know because I don't want to go.
Heathcliff.
Huh?
Did I call it Wuthering Heights or did I call it Heathcliff?
You called it Heathcliff.
Do you know what? As well,
Heathcliff.
I can't.
Woo! Sorry.
I can't think about it without singing Kate Bush in my head.
Oh, really? I don't know the song.
The afternoon sweet. That one.
But I think I'm singing the Alan Partridge version.
You. Anyway, so she comes through for the oral exam because Nurse Crane was basically like, you need to move, think about something. Your brain's not like fixated on stuff.
Wait, but Bex, this is another screen grab I would love if you could get. Nurse Crane says to her, she's like, first Nurse Crane walks into the bathroom. She's like, oh my God. And then she's like, no, I'm not going to the bathroom. I'm just studying. And she says, I want to turn the light on, but I don't want to bother Joyce. And she's like, oh, love, da-da-da. And so she's like, well, you want to study? Like, you really want to get that information in your head? She's like, yes, I do. She's like, okay. She's like, let me help you. So then she said, do you have any gym clothes? And I was like, all right. So then cut to a close-up of their faces. And I was like, all right. And then they do like a wide shot where you can see what both of them are wearing because they're basically doing like arm circles where they're, and I was miming
Jen moved her arms so much that made her microphone go funny.
I know, it did. I actually
Don't do it again.
Okay, I won't. But anyways, here's what Joyce is wearing that's gym clothes. She's wearing like...
Her name's not Joyce, her name's bloody Rosalind.
Oh, Rosalind. Okay, here's what Rosalind's wearing that are her gym clothes. She's wearing a pleated thick skirt.
No, hang on. Can I just say in her defense, Jen? That is very much what we had to wear for PE at high school.
That was my PE kit.
Oh my God, girls, it's insane.
And she'll have had giant
That was the 90s.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She'll have had giant knickers on underneath that to hide her actual knickers.
Yeah, what were they called?
Oh my God, girls.
Bloomers.
What did we call them at school? They were called something knickers.
Modesty.
No, they were, bloody hell, they didn't grow up in the 1800s.
Modesty knickers, darlings. Do you have your modesty knickers?
They were called something. Gym shorts, gym knickers, it'll come to me.
Knickers.
Were they called gym knickers?
You guys.
Knickerbockers.
Knicker shorts. They were called knicker shorts. And they were awful, like the most embarrassing, awful things in the world. That's what we had to wear, Jen. So you're saying that's awful. Yeah, you're right.
It is awful.
Well, that is actually realistic.
It is awful. And I will say that to me is crazy because I think that Rosalind is wearing it appropriate for the time, but the fact that you guys are still wearing that like when we were growing up. I mean, the only thing I can say is when I was in high school, we had a women's field hockey team and they would play in like a skirt uniform. Like I think it was like
play hockey in that.
Yeah, I think that's like the part of the tradition. But I mean, the fact that you guys were still wearing that in like the 80s and 90s just is like, oh my God. See, this is the thing about Britain. Like,
don't be criticizing Britain right now. So
I'm
telling
you like we've never got it so good as compared.
So anyway, Rosalind does that. Then she finds that she does her oral exam. She's got this confidence because they're like, she's not got the confidence. And Nurse Crane's like, do you know what? I'll give her the confidence. This one case. So do they do it?
Yes. Just letting her work for 48 hours straight without any help. Yeah. That's what's going to really do it for her.
They passed, which is amazing, right? I presume the other two passed because they saw them cycle off at the end. But basically, they offer them both permanent positions, just Rosalind and Joyce. And like,
wait. Before we move past this, I have to say that for someone who, if you're the slightest bit anxious about exams and stuff, thank God we're not doing exams around Sister Julienne and Trixie, because they were like, what did they say? They were like, if they don't pass these exams, like it's going to set them, like it was just like way to pile on the pressure.
But Trixie like runs up because she doesn't want to miss the mail being delivered and them getting their answers. It was like
it was very sweet.
Event.
Joyce totally made it like this real anticlimax. Like, as you know, I want to become a sister, but as for now, let's not. I was like,
well, it was so funny because Rosalind was like, yes, 1,000 times yes, and then Joyce was like, okay, I do want to be a hospital matron, but I mean, I can always do that in a few years. Like for now, this is fine, Yeah.
Well, they rode off at the end with the other two silent midwives, so I'm guessing they passed as well.
They
did,
because those girls ran up and gave them hugs.
But what about when Phyllis gave such lovely good luck cards?
Yeah, she did.
That was so
cute. And she
sweet.
Also gave them cut them off the roster so they could have rest for their exams. But Rosalind obviously didn't do it.
So. If you're doing exams, you want Phyllis around you. You don't want Sister Julienne or Trixie.
Basically.
Yeah. That's what we've come to realize, yeah.
Raise the roof meeting really quick. Nancy's all about this raise the roof thing, right? And then she's like making a list of local businesses, right? She's got this long list. Oh, that's a who's who. Oh, I forgot the Buckles. As if that's all the bloody is.
That's what they go to for everything. They're there every day.
They're there. Or at Violet. Like, literally, you can't. They're the two main businesses.
The Buckles are like the Jeff Bezos of Poplar. Yeah. Like, they're the monolith business.
Yeah. And then Nancy talks to Phyllis and basically persuades her to think about it. So that was good. So we'll put a pin in that because,
Yeah, I'm glad that Nancy was like taking time off to go do something that serious. I mean, she's really taken this issue in stride for her.
So she bloody should.
Oh, I endorse it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not, that wasn't nasty to you. So
okay. So you're like, well, finally you got there. I was like, oh, okay.
Has anyone got anything else to say before we do Heroes and Zeros?
No.
No. This was just I mean, I know I said it at the top of the show, but golly, this was a hard one. I just felt so down in the dumps about it. I was like, dang on.
Yeah. Should we do Heroes and Zeros then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Bexton?
Oh, you know who the mom made me think of? Mary. Remember Mary? Who had Kathleen?
Kathleen.
Yeah, because she was an Irish immigrant too, so.
Yeah, so you're a big racist. Carry on, Bex. I'm joking. You've got Irish ancestors.
I was going to say, literally, half of my direct descendants are as Irish as you can get, but okay. Yes.
Okay, so my hero is going to be Phyllis.
Nice.
Okay.
For supporting Rosalind, who is fast becoming my favourite.
Yeah, I love Rosalind.
Oh, love Rosalind.
My zero is going to be...
Hang on, sorry, to clarify, do you mean Joyce or Rosalind Jenn?
Wait, what did I say? I didn't say
No,
anything.
you did, but I'm just double checking that you mean it.
So my 0 is going to be who's my Gladys? No, that's mean, isn't it? Because she's
Really?
really mean.
Gladys has a hard.
That's cancer.
Yeah,
I know, but it's her life is like a cutthroat debt collector.
Yeah, but she's also had to do that. She's had to be strong to get through life.
Fine,
and she's like cared for her dad for like a decade.
Matthew for his
good
attitude.
one. Yes, good one. I'm like off the Matthew bandwagon right now.
Yeah.
I'm over that man. I feel bad, but I don't feel that bad.
Jenn?
Okay, my 0 is gonna be, oh Lord, what's the poor girl's name? The mom of 3. The lady Deirdre. Her husband. Deirdre. Her husband is my 0 because he sucks.
Yeah.
And honestly, another story of a woman who was put into a terrible, terrible situation because a man stinks.
Yeah.
Stinky. So he gets my 0 because honestly, that was such a sad story. My hero is gonna be, I'm gonna go with Cyril. I know. I mean, I know I love him and I really do. But even if I didn't feel that way, he was just doing so much this week. And it was really like my heart was going out to him because it was such a hard.
Yeah, it was a tough first case.
Yes, absolutely. And he did the most in the best way. And he was trying so hard for that family. Yeah, hero.
And you love him.
And I do love him. But even if I didn't love him, I would still give him my hero.
I've got a few 0s. My 0.
Oh God, you've gone like this series.
You always have a list of loads of both heroes.
Yeah, but I have to try. I'm trying to do them at the end and then just add them. Like I've just got a few because I always do a few just in case you've taken them. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
I know. See, next week you got to do the first hero and 0. That way you can have your pick.
Yeah, I can actually do it for once. So, Sister Veronica, for that stupid, complicated thing with the kids and then leaving them. You have to deal with it. Nightmare.
The dumb song. Yeah.
I mean, it did sound good.
It didn't.
No, it didn't. It was horrible. But also, why did they have cue cards? It was like they were on TV. It didn't make sense.
No, the kids need that because they're stupid. So, no, you know what I mean? Like they will need that. Like,
yeah.
Okay. Then I also want to say the vicar for just leaving the kids there.
Oh, just being so irresponsible.
Yeah. And then who else was my other one? Oh, the footballing grandson. I'm joking. I really liked it. And then also, I didn't like the way Nurse Crane, I'm not having a reserve thinking about it, I didn't like the way she was dismissive over the raise the roof thing at first, but then she did get better towards the end, so that's fine.
Yeah.
My hero is going to be Rosalind for going above and beyond.
One.
She really did help amazingly and also helped herself with confidence and stuff, but she just was brilliant. So
well, she was doing the medical part of what Cyril was doing. So they were such a good team on this.
We should probably do a shout out to Mojo because she did get through to someone who was very hard to get through to.
Yeah. Yes.
Gladys Bell.
Yeah, Mojo she was doing a good job this week.
Yeah. So, yeah. If you want to listen along to series 13, episode 7, you might want to watch so you know what we're talking about next week. But thank you so much for listening. Follow us on Instagram, Blue Sky, any form of social media, we're on it.
Listeners, never forget when you are fearless, you are powerful. Just let that go into your lives whenever you listen to this and care and just keep that because that is just a cool message.
It is. It's very strong. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.